I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses. And the voice I hear falling on my ears, the Son of God discloses. And he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you how easy it is to grow and multiply 2 trees / bushes, because one of them is an elderberry. Some people call them trees, some people call them bushes. They have hard wood that grows very tall like a tree. And if you prune them, you can root them and make more bushes. And the other tree that I want to talk to you about is a fig tree. And I'm going to share with you 2 brown turkey fig trees that I rooted from pencil-sized cuttings. And a few years later, they developed into full-blown trees. And now I'm learning to prune them and let them grow how I want them to grow, as tall or as wide as I want them to grow. And with those cuttings, I'm rooting them and I'm passing them on to you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, guys, I want to show you my elderberry bush. This is what it looks like after it lost the majority of its leaves. And I pruned it to about 7 feet high, maybe a little taller. And I'll share with you what I did with those branches that I pruned. But I'm going to go over here and show you the other one. This one last year, right up against my fence. My gate is right there. I pruned this one down to only 4 feet high. And it grew tremendously. And you can see I've been trimming it. And those are muscadine grapes right behind it, grapevines. But I want to show you the elderberries. I can take probably a couple more cuttings off of here. But I had 4, I gave 2 away. And that I started 3 years ago. And now I have 2. But I've got a lot of cuttings. And some of the bush hangers over the fence there. But I probably will go ahead and snip that off and I'll show you what I do with the cuttings. In my foyer inside my home, I have a shelving unit that I am using to grow plants and saplings, small trees, inside my home. And as you can see here, these are all elderberry cuttings. If you look right there, you can see evidence of this one taking root. And I started these out, like I told you guys in my weekly Monday night live chat. I started them out by putting them in water for a week or so, a couple of weeks. And then when they started showing roots at the bottom and proof of life, then I put them in potting mix. Now, I want to tell you that some of them have longer roots than others. These were started, obviously, after the ones right here. And these were started right here. You can see a lot of life. These I just started a few weeks ago. And over here, these were started about a month ago, and you can see evidence of life. None of them had any leaves or branches, just the little pencil-sized cuttings. And you can see life there. And I had to cut an opening in the dome because the leaves are starting to come through on the ones that I put the dome cover on that I ordered from Amazon. And you can see the link if you want to purchase one of these sets. I think it came 10 to a set. You can click on my affiliate link in the description box and I'll make a few pennies off of it if you order it that way. You can also just use clear plastic or maybe a solo cup, saran wrap, any means necessary to get some moisture to stay in the container for the first couple of weeks. Now, as you can see here, I know that I didn't need it on here, this one, or this one, or this one, because you see all the evidence of life. But this one right here, I had to cut a hole in it in order to get it to use in the cup. And I did tell some people I was going to send them some cuttings with this dome. However, I may not be able to mail it with the dome if the plant keep growing vigorously. You can see right here, I'm going to have to remove, carefully go up some. I'm going to have to remove that once those branches leaf out. But I'm going to make sure that you get a very healthy plant. And I know I don't have to root these. I could just send the cuttings out and let people root them themselves. But I enjoy the process, so I'm going to do that. So we have about 30 cuttings here. Most of them are spoken for. But if you would like to have one, you can just email me and we can handle the transaction that way. Okay? All right. Of course, you guys know it is December the 4th. So this is my brown turkey fig tree that's right in front of the elderberry bush. This tree died all the way back during the freeze. You can see right here how dead it was, and I cut it off. But all of this new growth here grew just this past summer and fall. This is the third time that it's putting on figs, as you can see over there as well. I'm gonna walk around and show you how humongous this tree grows. There are figs right there. Figs over here. But as you can see, the weather is changing. This is not a disease or anything. This is how they turn colors, the leaves, and die off. And you can just barely touch them just a little bit, pull them just a little, and they'll pop off. So, if I'm lucky, if the weather holds up, we'll get a little bit more figs before winter sets in. Okay, now I'm gonna go in front of the greenhouse and show you the other figs. Isn't that a beautiful sight? I just love this time of year when the leaves change colors. This is a pear tree and another pear tree here, a dwarf one. And here is the second brown turkey fig tree. It's huge. Actually, it is too big. Well, not too big, but this branch right here is leaning into the space that I have for the fig trees. But look up there. Let me go closer. That's loaded with figs. Unfortunately, they're not going to make, some of them are getting kind of ripe, but I did an air layer and I can see roots right here. And I'm going to take it off today. It's an air layer from this branch, an air layer on this branch, and you can see lots of figs up there, and then an air layer on this branch. Because I'm going to have my landscaper, I have a reciprocating saw. I might be able to do it myself. If I can't do it, I'll pay the landscaper to take all of this off from here all the way here, and just trying to groom this tree to just stay on the outside of this bed. of this garden bed. But in the process of doing that, and since I air layered it in 3 places, instead of just losing the branches all together, I will have multiplied this tree from 1 to 4. Because this will be a tree for one of my adult children, this will be a tree for one of my adult children, and then this will be a tree. Okay, and I'll probably just cut this off and root this right here for some lucky person. Now, let's go in the greenhouse. Let me go slower so I don't make you dizzy. Let me open up the greenhouse. It's 75 degrees in here. The sun isn't shining. So this is the Charlie Brown Christmas tree I purchased. It is a Lsu Fig Tree. It's a purple Lsu Fig Tree. And I just chopped and dropped some comfrey here for fertilizer, and then I put 2 little small pieces here, and you can see something is growing in a mold. I think that might have been comfrey too. I'm just gonna take it out, wash my hands with bleach. Oh, that's a fig. That's a fig where it dropped outside. Yeah, but I'll make sure I wash my hands real good so I don't spread this mold, and I'll put it in the garbage. And right here, I just want to share with you some of the fig tree cuttings that I rooted. And remember, when I start rooting a fig tree cutting, I don't have any leaves on it. I remove all the leaves. So all of these are new leaves. So I have 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little small one right there. So I'm going to cut some more little branches off, and I'll start rooting them. They grow very easy. They grow very fast. So I'm going to be doing this a lot in the future. More brown turkey fig tree cuttings, and I started putting them in here. And I said, wait a minute, let me go get my camera and show you that too. So I'm going to start even more. When I'm rooting these, I don't do anything special, guys. All I do is cut them off and stick them in some new potting soil. A lot of people use root hormone, and I'm sure you can do that, but I don't. I just root them in soil. So here is what it looks like when I'm finished. I'll just water them in, and I would definitely move them to the greenhouse. Now I'm going to show you 3 air layers that I did on this fig tree because I knew I was going to have to prune it. I decided that I couldn't procrastinate any longer putting off air layering this tree, so I just did it. And I'm so excited to tell you that I made 3 air layers, for 1 for each of my adult children, and I will link in the description box that video so that you can see how I did it. It was so easy. I show you step by step how to do it. And I really got mad at myself when I did it because I could have been doing this a long time ago. Okay, guys, I'm going to take these. I think these are called loppers. And I'm going to do my best to cut off these 3 air layers that I did. These 3 air layers. So I'm going to cut this one off about right here. This one about right here. And this one about here. I'm going to do my best. I'll be back and show it to you. Well, I was able to remove this one. I'm very proud of myself. Ladies, you can do it. I've never done this before. But we can do things. We can do more things. Don't be afraid. All you got to do is try it. If you can't handle it by yourself, then you pay for help. Okay, here's number 2. Yes, sir, I did it. And I'm even going to cut this off right here and root it as well. This little piece right here. Okay, now I'm going to move on to number 3. Here's number 3. Fresh from the tree. A lot of fruit. We're going to lose that, but that's okay. I'm getting ready to plant these babies up into pots. So I'm going to lay these right here and remove anything that's edible. That's small, but it's soft. I'll eat that one. Nah, that one doesn't look too good. But anyway, I'm going to get 3 pots ready. And I'm going to put soil in them. And I'll come back and show you the root system. Guys, you see that little stand to video tape? I had my camera, my phone there, and I thought I was videotaping. I thought I was showing you this. How I removed all the leaves and potted up this air layer in here, and I wasn't taping, so I'm so sorry. But let me share this with you. This is what they look like, and you got to be real careful because I broke some of the, you can see it came off some more. I broke some of the roots off. I know to be very, very careful. If I just get one of these to live, or 2, or 3, I'll be happy, and next time I know to be really careful. So I'm going to pot these 2 up and just come back. I don't want to risk not filming and you not seeing it. But this is just Vigoro potting mix. It has worm castings and perlite and peat moss already in it. It's real light and fluffy. This works really well for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and dig a big hole here and put these in here without disturbing the roots so much. And I'll come back because I don't want to risk breaking those roots. So there you have it. My 3 air layers. And I'm going to remove the fruit in a few days because I don't want it to be concentrating on ripening fruit that much. I want it to concentrate on building strong roots. Okay? But I'll give it a couple of days and see what it does to that fruit. My instinct tells me to just go ahead and remove it all, but I'll wait until about Tuesday and then I'll remove the fruit. Okay, so that concludes this video. Your own, eat your own. It's not hard, you can do it. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for watching. See you real soon.